how familiar were you both with the Evil Dead franchise, with the original films, before you got involved in this? And did you know about what a crazy fan base these movies have?
I was completely unfamiliar. Yeah, I still haven't seen the movies because I knew we were doing something different with it, so I didn't want it to inform my performance. But I was quickly informed when I got there, and I feel really honored to be a part of something so iconic.
She's Canadian. Don't blame her for it.
Did you know? Did you know about it?
I knew about Evil Dead. I knew about Bruce Campbell. I knew about the rabid fan base, which I thought was awesome. But I watched a scary movie when I was like 8 years old, and I sort of wouldn't repeat it, so I didn't go back. But I have seen the movies now, and I really enjoy the first one. I really do.
Yeah.
I mean, Bruce Campbell in person is so great and so like what you'd expect and what you'd want from that iconic human being. And so watching the second one was like, oh, there's Bruce. But the first one with him like, really giving it his all, sort of like we did in this one, was neat for me.
I know that Bruce was involved, and Robert Taper, the original producer, and of course Sam Raimi, the director. So what was it like having them involved and sort of giving their blessing to this project?
I mean, everything.
Yeah, I mean, this is a movie in particular you can't really go ahead without having the green light from those guys and to have their support. I mean, I remember it was a sort of tumultuous shoot, but I wanted to leave really bad. There was this day that I knew I was going to be done with all this blood and all this horror. And I remember Fede said, Sam called, and you got to stay for 2 more weeks to do reshoots. It's not crazy enough. You gotta get thrown around here, and you got to do blood here, and you got to do this. And so to know that they were making sure that it was perfect for them was
they were really
key.
keeping their eye on it.
Yeah.
Still let Fede make his own movie. Like they weren't breathing over his shoulder. I think they gave him a lot of creative license, which was good.
Well, no, and another thing I think fans are going to love of the original series, going to love about this is all the Easter eggs. I mean, the necklace, the chainsaw, the denim shirt that you have on, you know what I mean? The shotgun, all sort of, the Oldsmobile, all sort of nods to the 2 films. That was important as well, I imagine, to have in the film.
It's so cool. The day that we saw the movie for the first time in Austin, I watched number 1 and number 2 before I went to the premiere. And then just to see all those things, like that's where a lot of the laughter came in at the premiere, was that all the people, fans of the originals, saying that's awesome that you put that in there, and I think that's really cool because it's not overwrought, but it's just sort of in the right key,
Yeah. Well, and Jessica, what was it like for you to become a Deadite?
Crazy, really fun though. I think I had a lot of anxiety about it, but they brought in a movement coach to help us learn how to move that way, and it actually ended up being, my most favorite stuff to shoot.
You nailed it. I mean, you were scary.
Thank you. Good. Yeah. It was fun.
It was really great. Well, last thing I wanted to ask you guys was, I mean, inevitably there's going to be a sequel. And it's said that it's not going to be a remake of Evil Dead 2, Dead by Dawn, but it's going to be its own, continuation of the story.
I went to Fede's wedding a couple weeks ago and got him really drunk. And I said, give me the goods on the number 2. I think it's an amazing story. I don't know that will be the final one. I think that it was just his first idea that he threw out there, but yeah, it's special. It's really cool.
Yeah, well, can't wait for this. And again, congratulations, guys. This is a great movie.
Thank you.
Fun talking to you.
Thank
you
you.
so much.